Warm tropical wind drifts gently along the shoreline of El Nido, carrying the scent of salt, sunlight, and the quiet hum of island life waking up at dawn. Small boats rock softly against the current, their wooden hulls painted in vibrant reds, blues, and greens by local fishermen whose families have lived on these waters for generations. The limestone cliffs glow gold as the sun rises, revealing why this corner of Palawan is often called one of the most beautiful places on Earth. 10. Island hopping in El Nido, Palawan beaches. Here are almost unreal. Sugar-white sand, water so clear it glows turquoise, and hidden lagoons embraced by towering cliffs. Locals say these islands were once believed to be the home of protective spirits. You glide between them by boat, watching patches of coral flash below the surface. Secret Lagoon feels like a lost world. Shimizu Island brings laughter from swimmers floating beside giant rock formations. Seven Commandos Beach offers coconuts chopped open by smiling locals whose families grew up celebrating sunsets right here. By the time the sun begins to dip beyond the horizon, you understand why travelers say, this is where you come to feel alive again. 9. Exploring the rice terraces of Banaue and Batad, far north in Luzon, the landscape changes. The air cools, pine trees whisper behind thin layers of fog, and winding mountain roads lead to one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements, the 2,000-year-old rice terraces built by the Ifugao people. Villagers walk barefoot along narrow stone steps, carved meticulously into the mountainsides, an engineering wonder created long before modern tools. Children run between wooden huts perched above the fields, their laughter echoing through valleys wrapped in clouds. The terraces glow gold during sunset, turning the mountains into giant stairways descending toward heaven. Travelers who stay the night hear nothing but the murmur of streams feeding the terraces, reminders of an ancient way of life that still thrives today. 8. Whale shark encounter in Donsol, Sorsogon. The waters of Sorsogon shimmer with tones of deep blue and emerald green as local guides prepare their wooden boats at sunrise. Donsol is not a show. It is an encounter with the gentle giants that migrate here every year. Fishermen who once feared the whale sharks now protect them fiercely. When a massive shadow appears beneath the boat, hearts race. The water erupts into light as the enormous creature glides gracefully, its spotted back shimmering like stardust. Swimming respectfully alongside them feels less like adventure and more like a moment of surrender, an intimate pause between human and nature. 7. Discovering the historical streets of Intramuros, Manila. In contrast to the islands and mountains, Manila brings a different kind of energy, vibrant, unpredictable, electric. Yet within the heart of this metropolis lies Intramuros, the walled city where centuries of Filipino resilience echo through cobblestone streets. Old Spanish-era buildings stand silent beneath soft golden lamps. Horse-drawn carriages clop rhythmically along the fort walls. Churches rise tall, their stones darkened by time, revolution, and war. The sounds of modern Manila fade as you walk deeper inside the old walls, replaced by the whispers of history, heroes, battles, and the enduring spirit of a people who have rebuilt their homeland again and again. 6. Sunset at Manila Bay. Just outside Intramuros, the sun begins to set over Manila Bay. Locals stroll along the boulevard, watching as the sky turns into a masterpiece of orange, lavender, and soft pink. Children chase each other across the walkway as street musicians perform soulful Filipino love songs. Couples sit hand in hand on the seawall. Vendors grill corn and fish, and the air fills with the aroma of smoky charcoal and sweet banana fritters. The sun dips below the waterline, casting long reflections across the waves, and for a moment, the bustling city feels quiet and timeless. 5. Coron's legendary lakes and sunken shipwrecks. Far across the waters of Palawan lies Coron, a place where the sea holds secrets from both nature and history. As your boat approaches the towering limestone cliffs, the waves begin to calm, as if preparing you for what lies ahead. Kayangan Lake glows jade green beneath the midday sun, so clear you can see fallen tree trunks resting peacefully at the bottom. Local Tagbanua guides speak quietly as they lead the way, sharing stories of sacred waters and ancestral guardians. But Coron's real magic lies in its underwater world. Here, World War II shipwrecks sleep on the seafloor, slowly becoming forests of coral and home to schools of silver fish. Divers glide through silent hallways once filled with soldiers, now reclaimed by nature. Every dive feels like opening a forgotten chapter of history, where steel, salt, and time come together in one mesmerizing underwater ballet. 4. Surfing the waves of Siargao. On the eastern edge of the Philippines, where the Pacific Ocean slams against the islands with untamed force, Siargao awakens to the sound of crashing waves. Cloud 9 stands like a wooden guardian above the reef, watching over surfers who test their skill against the rolling barrels. Surfboards slice through the water as dawn light paints the sky in shades of amber and rose. But Siargao is not just for surfers. Palm-fringed roads curve toward rock pools carved by tides, lagoons so clear they look like liquid glass, and small villages where locals greet travelers with warm smiles and fresh coconuts. By afternoon, everyone, locals, surfers, wanderers, gathers by the shoreline. As the sun sets, the waves turn silver, and Siargao's rhythm slows to a gentle heartbeat that lingers long after you leave. 3. The white sand perfection of Boracay. Boracay's white beach is the Philippines' postcard scene. Powdery sand as soft as sifted flour, waters that shift from turquoise to sapphire, and palm trees swaying like dancers in the wind. Morning brings a quiet serenity, joggers tracing the shoreline, fishermen returning with their early catch, and the breeze carrying the scent of fresh bread from seaside cafes. By midday, the island bursts to life. Paraws, traditional sailboats with blue wings, glide across the sea. Parasails lift travelers into the sky, giving them a bird's-eye view of the island's shimmering coastline. But when dusk falls, magic arrives. The horizon turns gold, fire dancers twist flames into patterns under the stars, and music spills from beach bars where laughter rises with the tide. Boracay is celebration, calm, adventure, and beauty, all rolled into one unforgettable island experience. 2. The perfect cone of Mayon volcano. In Albay, the landscape changes once again. The earth rises into a near-perfect cone that pierces the sky with quiet authority. Mayon volcano. Even from miles away, its symmetry is breathtaking. Farmers pause in their fields to glance at it. Children point at it during school trips. Travelers stand in awe of its shape, its history, and its power. At the Cagsawa ruins, only the church bell tower remains from the eruption that buried an entire town centuries ago. It stands today as both a reminder of nature's strength and the resilience of the Filipino spirit. Adventurers take ATVs across black lava trails, while hikers ascend its lower slopes to capture panoramic views where clouds drift like slow-moving ships. Mayon is not just a volcano. It is a symbol, a guardian, and the heart of an entire province. 1. The hidden paradise of Coron and El Nido's twin connection. At number 1, we return to where the journey began, Palawan. But this time, it's the connection between El Nido and Coron that creates the ultimate adventure. Between these two destinations lies a stretch of sea scattered with uninhabited islands, secret beaches, whale sharks gliding through deep waters, and lagoons untouched by time. Travelers who embark on the multi-day expedition between Coron and El Nido speak of it with reverence. Days unfold slowly, diving into cobalt blue waters, exploring caves lit only by reflections of sunlight, and sharing meals of fresh seafood cooked over driftwood fires. Nights bring a sky so full of stars, it feels like the universe is leaning in to listen. This journey is the Philippines at its purest, raw, breathtaking, humbling. It is adventure and peace, discovery and reflection. It is the kind of experience that changes you long after the trip ends. If you're enjoying this journey through the Philippines, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more stories, destinations, and discoveries to life. From misty mountains to vibrant cities, from gentle giants of the sea to sunsets that paint the world in color, the Philippines is a tapestry of stories waiting to be experienced. Now it's your turn. Which of these places have you visited, and which ones are on your bucket list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear your own stories, memories, or dreams about exploring the Philippines.